Hey guys, welcome to Cisco Live 2018 here in Europe from sunny Barcelona. We are the Cisco TV host for this week, bringing you all the action you care about. If you can't make it out, you're still going to get it, but if you're here, there's a lot of different ways to keep up.
Rob, so many different ways to stay connected to the show, whether you are here on site with us in Barcelona or you are watching remotely. One of the best ways to do it, download the Cisco Events app. That is going to keep you in touch with all of the details of the show. You can tweak your schedule. You'll know everything available to you. And hit us with social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure you use the hashtag, which is, and we'll respond, I promise. We're going to be right there for you all the way along.
Sounds good. Let's go see it.
Let's do it. We are going to learn so much throughout the course of the week. It begins just a moment from now. Lauren, why don't you talk about some of the great stuff that we're going to see while we're here?
I am so excited about the new innovation we're going to be talking about this week and, the upcoming year, things around the network intuitive, even more announcements there, wireless, wired assurance. That's going to be really exciting. A lot around collaboration. Spark is really exciting right now.
We know we've got service provider, we've got IoT, corporate social responsibility, data center making a ton of announcements right now, from HyperFlex 3 making a big announcement just before everything started about scale, about getting closer, certainly assurance in the data center. Lots of stuff to play with here. You're not going to want to miss anything out on the show floor, so let's go take a sneak peek at what you want to see when you leave this room.
Cisco Live delivers education, connection, inspiration to technology enthusiasts. This is where the heroes of the digital age unite to make anything and everything possible. You guys are the superheroes of IT. You've got such a fantastic week ahead of you here at Cisco Live. So throw on a pair of VR headsets, ride the Travelator, go be the superhero that we always knew you were.
And if you want to see the technology in action, this is where you need to come. Talk to the experts, ask questions. This is the great place. And you might even find us, the roving reporters, here too.
Everything is broken down as usual based on the technology. So you get your questions answered, grab some swag on your way out, and look for us.
Bottom line, when you are not in the keynote, when you are not in an innovation showcase, you are here, and we look forward to seeing all of you here on the World of Solutions show floor throughout the week. This is where we're going to have a lot of terrific interviews, executives, customers, special guests. We're going to sit down one-on-one, have great conversations, and we're going to bring all of that content directly to you, not only from here, right, Lauren, but also...
That's right. Rob and I will be roving reporting. We'll be interviewing experts about every subject matter you can think of. We'll be showing some cool stuff all around the conference center. So make sure tap us on the shoulder, say hi. You wanna chat.
So look on screen if you haven't seen it already. A lot of different places to capture this content, because if you don't catch it here live, you can certainly catch it on the other side as well, which is what I do quite often.
You bet, and that's the important thing. We started this video by talking to you guys about social media. We want to end by talking about social media as well. Stay in contact with us. Hit us at Facebook, hit us at Twitter, hit us on Instagram, all the different ways that you can get at us. We are here, #Kleur, C-L-E-U-R. Make sure you do that, and if you talk to us, I promise we are going to talk right back to you. The keynote is just about to get underway. We hope you guys have a fantastic week here at Cisco Live 2018. The three of us, we're going to see you throughout the process. Bye. Welcome. Good to have you all with us this morning. You might have recognized a couple of the people up there in the video, including me up here. I am one of your three broadcast hosts for the week. My name is Steve Moulter. I'm going to be joined throughout the week and throughout the morning here, also by Lauren Malhoit and Rob Boyd. I'll introduce them in just a moment. But this is all about all of you. We are going to say it throughout the week. You are IT. The entire meeting is about you. You'll see it in the graphics. You will hear it in the messaging that is being delivered to you. And we're so glad to have you with us here in Barcelona today. We're about 20 minutes away from getting underway with the keynote. We've got some fun interviews over the next few minutes. Again, the great entertainment that you heard from the DJ and his crew, that's going to continue rolling throughout the day. But you guys are the superheroes, and we're so happy to have you here with us today. We also mentioned social media. If you have not yet downloaded the Cisco Event app, make sure that you do that. That is what keeps you connected to everything taking place throughout the week. You can make changes to your schedule, find out about every opportunity available to you, and then hit us out on social media. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, whatever you like to use, take photos, post video, hang out with friends. Just make sure that when you post, please add hashtag Cisco Live Europe, CLEUR. Just remember hashtag CLEUR, and you're exactly where you want to be. All right, I've got a couple of folks up here on the stage with me. I've been ignoring you guys long enough. I need to bring you in. I want to welcome Santiago Solanos and Joe Cosolino. Boy, if you guys aren't the two that we want to be talking to here as we get set up and rolling into the meeting, you guys are exactly the ones to be front and center here with us as we wait for kickoff of the opening keynote. So Santiago is VP of Southern Europe for us here at Cisco. You have delivered growth, great market returns. You've got this proven track record for driving awareness, creating demand for enterprise software products. Your leadership, frankly, it's a big part of the reason why we're all sitting here in the room today. So do you have anything that you would like to say to the group out here?
Do you mind if I say it in Spanish?
Do I mind? I insist.
Or in Catalan?
I think both Spanish and Catalan.
Okay, so first of all, en primer lugar, bienvenidos a Barcelona, bienvenidos a Cisco Live. Notice how I said Cisco in Spanish.
I did.
Cisco.
Cisco.
Benvinguts a Barcelona, benvinguts a Cisco Live. Gracias por estar así amb nosaltres. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Good. So see, anybody here, come on up, find Santiago and talk with him. And then sitting next to me back on this side over here, Joe Cozzolino. Joe is Senior Vice President here at Cisco Services. You are a transformative business leader. You are responsible for our growing $12 billion global services business. I'm so glad to have you guys with me. Thank you for taking the time. What we're going to do right now, though, is just take a quick, brief moment to introduce a couple of other folks who have joined us here in the entire process. I'm going to go ahead and toss this out to my fabulous buddy, Rob Boyd, who is hanging out somewhere up there near the stage area. Yeah, Rob, are you out there?
No, I'm right here. I'm stage right, I think they called it over here. Everybody is still rolling in. It's fun standing here watching people come in and try to figure out what the heck we did with the seating arrangements. But like true Europeans, and I always see at this show here, everybody files in so nice and neat. They're so polite. They come out, they fill up the rows exactly, not like as crazy it can sometimes get at the US show. Fabulous people. This is a lot of fun, Steve. So I'm going to go back to you, though, and we'll come back because I'm going to talk to a few people here on the front row.
All right, I appreciate it, my friend, and we'll keep going to you live here throughout the next few minutes. I also want to give a great shout out and hello to my friend Lauren Malhoit. Lauren, where are you?
I'm over here, Steve. Thank you so much. I am very excited about this Cisco Live Europe. Some cool things I've seen already. Check out that Black Hat Challenge in DevNet. That is the newest, coolest thing that you can possibly see this week. So I'll toss it back to you, Steve.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren. I appreciate it. So guys, let's talk a little bit about what is going to happen here over the course of the next 3 days. There's so much excitement that has built up prior to the event. Now we're all here in Barcelona, and I think that's as good a place as any to start. This gorgeous city. It's well known as a worldwide reference in terms of being a smart city. What is Cisco's relationship with Barcelona? And how are we helping to drive that smart city initiative right here in town?
Well, I think, first of all, the Cisco relationship with Barcelona, we're here. We're back to Barcelona for the biggest event Cisco organizes in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Russia. So that's a big commitment from Cisco. Second, probably most people don't know, but when they were coming here from the city, from the train station, from the airport, they went by thousands of sensors from Cisco, from IoT sensors from Cisco and our partners that are doing things like the street lamps with pollution control, smart lighting, intelligent lighting, and surveillance on the floor with parking intelligent parking. We have with the bus and transport system, just delivering information, real-time information to citizens about how the municipal transport system is working. And so we have waste containers with intelligent waste management. So people haven't realized it, but on the way here, they've experienced Cisco in many ways. So that's one thing. Then we also have the Cisco Barcelona Innovation Center, which is one of the few innovation centers we have around the world, and which is teaming up not only with Cisco globally, but also with the city of Barcelona, the startup ecosystem, and all our partners around here to deliver an open innovation hub. That's delivered things like fog computing, which is analytics in real time on the edge of the network. So that's really fascinating relationship between Cisco and Barcelona delivering value.
Really exciting. And when people are walking around out in the hub, they can go to the Smart City section and find out even more about what's taking place here. That's perfect. So we recorded a few of you as you were walking into the show hall. Some of you were kind enough to stop and give us a quick testimonial and a quick welcome. We're going to take a look at some of those videos and talk to some of those people right now. We call them our personas pieces. Let's check one out right now.
Hi, my name is Adrian Ardela. I am from Romania and I work in AT&T as a network architect. I'm most looking forward to see how Cisco will develop the new cloud technology, the 9K technology with the ACI, and the new technology into the software developer network field.
All right, due to the magic of live video, Adrian now joins me here live. Now that was you just a couple of days ago, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, well you haven't aged a bit, and it just is miraculous. Oh, and I'm supposed to hold the microphone up to you. I forgot to remind me of that point because I want to keep it for myself. Let me ask you, so you were with AT&T, correct?
Right, I'm a network architect in AT&T for about a couple of years. I worked with AT&T for 2008. Right. Previously, thank you. Previously coming from IBM, yeah, and then we moved to AT&T in 2008, and I am doing French accounts. Network architect for French accounts. And I'm here actually to know, to understand how the 9K technology, ACI/VXLAN, will help my customer build a better infrastructure and basically grow their business, right? We have very good channel partner with Cisco, and we use it every day to improve our customers. And this Cisco Live, it's a great opportunity to understand these new technologies, to understand how we can progress in the networking areas. Right?
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being willing to be a victim on camera. And with that, we'll go to our next step.
Take time to see the wonders of the world, to see the things you've only ever heard of. Dream life the way you think it ought to.
The beauty of live theater, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are arriving a bit late, those who are still streaming in around the side, hopefully we're picking every single one of you up on the video. That's all part of the fun. Again, as we said from the beginning, you are IT. It is all about you, and bringing you in through the back of the stage is a perfect way to prove that. All right, so Joe, Santiago, let's keep talking even beyond the borders of Barcelona, right? Let's talk about what is happening throughout the rest of Spain in terms of initiatives and shared capabilities between the country of Spain, Cisco, what we're doing to help drive innovation and technology right here in Barcelona, where we're all gathered together.
Right. Maybe I'll start. Beyond the city of Barcelona, I've had the pleasure of traveling through different parts of Spain. Last year, Chuck and I were in Madrid, and what we're doing with customers in the IT domain in terms of helping them reimagine their networks, how they're going to drive automation into their networks, using orchestration, using all of our technologies, and at the end, drive a better experience for their customers. We work with a specifically very large bank that Santiago's very familiar with, that we've had incredible success with by actually helping them reimagine their business process and then driving that down to their technology architecture and getting them to be able to do things for their customers faster, costing them less, having a better employee experience. And that's the fun part about working with the teams in Europe and specifically in Spain, creativity. Very creative, willing to try new things, kind of setting the pace.
And this, I always think, is what is so exciting about Cisco Live. When else do we have an opportunity to gather everyone together in the same room and the same space? We talk to each other electronically. That's great. There is nothing like being in the room together with one another. We look around the crowd right now. The opportunities to make friends, make new connections, create new things together, that's what I think excites us so much, either on the US side or the European side. Let's go back to another one of our videos, and let's meet somebody else who has joined us here in the keynote space.
Good morning. My name is Micheline Murphy. I'm from Seattle, Washington in the United States. and I am a full-time student studying for my CCIE in data center right now. I'm super excited to be here. This is my very first Cisco Live. I am looking forward to meeting new people and learning lots of new things.
And I am really excited to be actually talking to Micheline live here. Welcome, Micheline.
Hi.
So we heard in the VT that you are full-time studying for various certifications. You've already got your MP, right? What are you working on now?
My CCIE in data center. I made my first attempt yesterday.
Well, that's fantastic. I won't ask you how it went. We'll assume it went well. What is your favorite technology around the data center IE?
Actually, it's VXLAN. So I did a hands-on lab yesterday at VXLAN, and I'm really excited to learn as much as I can.
That's awesome. More about the routing then. We don't have to deal with all that STP stuff and the blocking and various things there. What are you most excited about Cisco Live? Because this is your first Cisco Live, right?
This is my very first Cisco Live. I'm really excited to be here. What I'm most excited about is meeting new people, learning new things, and really just taking in the experience.
That's fantastic, because this is kind of a second career for you. You were a lawyer before, and now you're kind of making a huge change, so it's great to meet people at Cisco Live, right?
This is my very, very first experience. This is quite a transition from trial law that I did before, and I'm just jumping in the deep end of the pool with both feet.
Hey, that's the way to do it. Thank you so much, Micheline. Let's go back to Steve.
All right, this is one of my favorite things. We were just talking a moment ago. People who are here for the very first time at Cisco Live, we're always putting out content, video. We have got interviews where people are saying there is nothing like being here in the room, being a part of the event. This proves it. For those of you who are here today, you're going to leave the keynote, you'll walk through the hub and over into the world of solutions, and you'll see why you want to be here. So thank you to everybody who is joining us here for the first time. A big part of getting to this point here at Cisco was making a commitment to the ecosystem, right? It's commitment to customers, to citizens, to organizations worldwide. What comes back to us? So if we look at what it took to put this particular event together and get everybody into the space, we know what we have to provide in order to make it happen. What comes back to us? Is it the information? Is it the connections? Is it the more creative thinking that you were just talking about a moment ago?
You want me to take that?
Sure, go ahead and take it, or you both can toss it.
By the way, it's my first Cisco Live.
I know, right? It's not just you.
Yeah. So I think what comes back to us is an incredible ecosystem of partners and people who leave Cisco Live understanding what we're about, understanding our direction, and bringing it to the market, and really delivering innovation in their organizations, be it the government or cities or companies or whatever, and bring that innovation and making their own business better. And I think that that creates an ecosystem and kind of a positive cycle, which really helps all of us to have better business and better societies.
Very good. It's exciting. Anything you want to toss in on that, Joe?
Yeah, it's going to be a similar vein. I think any of the Cisco Lives I've attended across the globe, the one word that comes to mind is education.
Amen.
And if we can get our partners and our customers and our own employees to understand our technologies and the pace at which it's changing so quickly, you need to have a Cisco Live every year. In fact, you could argue you need many, and that's why we have them across the globe, because the pace of change is so quick. Education has to be constant. If we do that really well, it ends up benefiting our customers, our partners, and ultimately our shareholders, because people will buy more stuff because they understand it, right? That's the net gain of what you want to get out of an
innovating
event like
at
this.
speed, innovating at demand. And we're going to talk about that. Actually, I want to come back and I want to ask you another question. But for those of you who are here, take advantage of all those education opportunities. Joe is exactly right. You've got a number of them, especially out here in the hub between the walk-in self-paced labs, the Meet the Engineer areas, the DevNet zone. Make sure that you take advantage of those.
Don't forget the services section.
Services section as well. We're going to go ahead and check in with another video and toss that back out. Let's hear from somebody else who is here in the room with us at the keynote.
Hello, my name is Martin Sacchetti. I'm from Austria and I work for Dimension Data.
All right, one of the shortest VTs we've had. Everybody, please welcome Martin. He's here live with us right now. Now, Martin, the control room has been telling me, along with the entire front row here, that I'm supposed to let you actually speak into the microphone and give them the benefit that I did not give to our previous guest. But so obviously your name is Martin, you're Dimension Data. What do you specifically do? What are you responsible for? Joe's going to love this.
So exactly. So I lead a team of the service architects at Dimension Data in Austria, and what we do basically is we build complex support and managed service solutions on top of what Joe's teams offer, which are the partner services, and so we add our own value-added services to support the great Cisco technology and basically put the promises into life. So when we sell technology, we make a promise to the customer, and we basically keep the promise. Yeah.
Well, as a former sales guy and now marketing oriented for so many things, you're saying there's a difference between reality of what we actually give to customers and what we say we're going to give. You have to connect those dots. You're part of those. You're part of that team of specialists, and you help lead those in the Netherlands. Okay, so when you look at a Cisco Live Austria, I'm sorry. So see, I had to make some mistake here first before we roll on. So when you look at a Cisco Live, what is it you're looking to get out of something like this? Is this your first one here? You were previous Cisco, weren't you?
Yes, so this is my first Cisco Live, but not my first convention with Cisco. So I used to work for Cisco, and for me, it's really getting that partner angle. Yeah. So I used to look for from the inside out. Now I'm looking from the outside in. So it's exciting to see what Cisco is offering the partners, how we can complement Cisco, and I'm very excited to be here.
All right, we seem to have a walk stoppage here behind us as people finally, I guess one big class must have let out as everybody's coming in, but that's great. So we're going to continue to fill up the seats. So have you run into any of your previous peers who are like, oh, you left us, and now then you're with the partner? How do you find that relationship working out for you now?
It's easier than meeting my former girlfriends. So I'm actually having friendly conversations with my former colleagues, great friends also. So no, it's very exciting. Yeah.
Well, perfect. I want to thank you for working with us and continuing to be in the Cisco family regardless. And with that, we'll move on next.
Take time to see the wonders of the world, to see the things you've only ever heard of. Dream life the way you think.
All right, thank you, Rob, and shout out to Austria and everybody who has traveled so far to be with us here at the show. We appreciate it. Usually at some point during the conference, we go through social media to find out who traveled the farthest to be here at the event. I don't think Austria is going to quite be the farthest, but we've got some dedicated people. Let's turn to automation a little bit and begin to talk about what we're going to see here. Why is automation so incredibly important to business transformation today, Joe?
I mean, simply put, how else are you going to get your people to focus on what needs to happen versus the menial tasks of day in and day out, plain old moves, adds, changes of operations? Let me put it a different way. And I'll talk about this in my event on Thursday, but just a trial that we did with one financial customer, they went from having to spend 1,520 hours to make a change in policy or security on a small set of instances to 105 hours. Wow. So a 15x change, and think about what that meant. It meant resiliency went up, less mistakes, fat fingering CLI because now they automated everything, more confidence when they did software upgrades, and the fact that now their people can focus on what needs to happen, not what is happening or what was happening. So automation is key, but it's not just automation. It's about things like machine learning, ML, and AI that goes along with that, so you can actually predict things and become more acute and purposeful about what you're doing. And so it's not just about time and money savings, it's about speed and accuracy.
Do you see this really expanding the nature of what we're going to be talking about here? So if we look at the ML, the AI capabilities Joe just mentioned, and where we're going to take them in the coming year, by the time we're back here in Barcelona in 2019, what do you see as being the really exciting drivers and where we're going to be even a year from now?
I think it's really incredible. The amount of, in 2019, we'll only be a year away from 2020, where the prediction is that 1 million devices will connect every hour. 1 million devices every hour in 2020. So you can imagine it's going to be, maybe half of that in 2019. So that's going to be pretty amazing. And I think it's really fascinating. A city like Barcelona, where we're in right now, for example, 1.6 million people live here, more or less. The city of Barcelona is going to generate every day 320 million gigabytes of information. That's 320 petabytes, but not everybody is into that. So 320 million gigabytes of information every day. Of that, 10% will be useful and 1% will be stored. So imagine if you don't have automation capabilities, if you don't have intelligence on the edge, if you don't have what we call fog compute, if you don't have all that, it's impossible to make sense of all that information. But Barcelona will be well equipped in 2019 and in 2020, thanks to Cisco and our partners, to take advantage of all that information.
Fantastic, really exciting. Yeah. All right, so we've got time, I think, to hear from at least one more of our friends who is out here in the crowd. Let's go ahead and check in with somebody else who I believe is hanging out with Lauren. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hi everybody, my name is Marina Ranaboldo. I'm Italian. I work in Switzerland for Credit Suisse, attending Cisco Live the third time in my life. My goal here at Cisco Live is always to learn about new products and new technologies, but also to meet friends and ex-colleagues.
Ladies and gentlemen. And I'm magically here with Marina as well. Marina, thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about what you do at Credit Suisse.
Yeah, I'm responsible for the security portfolio. And the keyword is security, security, security. It's important to invest in security, and that's why I'm here. I was joining yesterday many important sessions about security products of Cisco, and I think that it's a great company because Cisco really is focusing on security, and it's important to have a secure network.
That's awesome. I would totally agree with you. Are there any particular products that you're excited about or anything that you, especially working for a bank, that you think people should keep an eye on, especially this week while we're here at Cisco Live and we have the chance to talk to engineers and experts about it?
Well, for me, it's important also to strengthen my knowledge because the concept of security is evolving every day. You need to be protected. You have also to understand the management, the business, that it's important to invest money in security and the network. Sometimes many technical choices are only motivated on financial reasons. But it's important to transmit to the business the fact that having a secure network is something that really also produces business because your customer can trust you.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to at Cisco Live?
Well, at Cisco Live, you can share your experience, you can share your problems, meet the engineer, and meet other customers like you. That's really great, and thank you, Cisco, for organizing that.
Thank you so much, Marina.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Oh, fantastic. If we take a look up on the monitors, I love this. Joe and Santiago and I are still watching all of these hordes of people streaming in. We're taking a moment to let everybody clear up here on the ramp, but so glad to have you guys with us. Hello, for those of you who are just entering the space in the hall right now. And again, for those of you who are in the room here with us, we are mere moments away from getting started with the keynote. We're going to be underway, introducing Rowan Trollope and a whole bunch of friends in just a couple of minutes. So hang tight with us, and we're just about to get started. Let's take a quick moment to talk about things on the global services side, all right? We've launched 2 great new service offerings. We've got business critical services now under the umbrella. What is it about these new offerings that is so significant for our customers? How is it feeding in to everything that we are doing here in Barcelona this week?
You know, I just mentioned about the importance of automation, machine learning with our customers. Well, business critical services is using those technologies for our offers to our customer. In fact, it's the ability to, one, have a much easier to consume optimization capability from us. Customers for years have been buying network optimization, security, data center, collaboration optimization, but we sold it in stovepipes. Now they can buy a single offer called business critical services, and they can flex between our technologies to get the best use out of it. Much less friction in terms of consuming. But the key is the technology that underlies it. It's the machine learning and AI that we're using where we can actually predict faults before they occur. We've actually showed that when we did our proof of concepts last fall. I think it was 61 hours, 14 hours, and 3 hours. Were 3 different cases where we actually saw the probability of an event occurring that was critical, would have brought network functions down, predicted it, resolved it before it ever occurred. That's the key behind the technology. We're actually going from a case of being the best at the diving catch and reacting really fast to predicting and then preempting. That's the key to it. And then the second piece of that was high-value services. So our ability not just to deliver support, but to proactively, technically onboard our customers so they can adopt our technology and our software. The worst thing you can have happen for a customer is software to become shelfware. You want them to adopt all the capabilities and the features. So we're building that into our support in a proactive way, not waiting for the phone to ring when there's a problem.
Absolutely. I want to just very quickly throw it back to Rob Boyd, to my buddy who's out there up on the stage. And Rob, I just want to get a sense of what you are really excited about. You've been walking around the show floor since before setup began. What is really exciting you so far, and what do you think these people out here are really going to get incredible value from? Rob, are you out there?
Oh, you were asking me that question.
I'm asking you that question. I'm going to come back and ask it to Joe and
Steve.
Santiago, too.
You're saying I should listen to you when you talk?
Every now and then, it'd be nice.
I tell you what I'm excited about. I'm just going to, can you follow me over this way a little bit? And Dave, I promise I wasn't going to put you on the spot for this, but this is Dave. He's one of our customers. You're with a hospital, if I understand correctly. You guys have decided to, you're working on a deployment with DNA Center and the SD Access, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So what led you to the decision of saying, hey, we're going to work with this. This technology is right for where we want to go as an organization?
We want to be future-proof, and with SDA and DNA, it's the most future-proof method I know. So, yeah, with Cisco, we will fix that.
That's perfect, because I think, and to answer Steve's question, this is what I'm excited about. I'm excited about what DNA Center is doing. And the way, if you look at everything we're doing this week, from multi-cloud portfolios to enterprise and campus technologies to services, things are coming together in a simpler way to where we can solve problems that were previously, I would call, intractable, things that we didn't know we could solve. So I'm happy to have you here. We thank you for your business, and I hope you're enjoying Cisco Live. With that, Steve, we'll throw it back to you.
All right, sorry, back over to me. I thought we were going to run a little animation there, but I want to kind of get personal here. We're getting very close. We are seconds away. We're trying to get this last batch. I love that every time we look up, there's a new horde of humanity working their way into the room. I keep thinking we're starting to trickle down. No, not at all. Every time I look up here, we've got another group just waiting for the ramps to clear. This is beautiful.
I think we need a bigger room.
We do need a bigger room, right? How are your hotel rooms? Are they a little large? Do you have enough space to host a little extra party?
I can fit in 2 or 3 more.
And cocktails. We can just have them delivered, right?
Bags.
Let's ask you guys the exact same question that I just asked Rob. As you are walking around, seeing the setup, reading about what's going to take place, looking at the list of different innovation showcase talks that we're going to have in the CMAX Theater, what are you really excited to see and to do while you are here at the show? Because you're an attendee like everyone else, including the position that you're in, right?
I'm very excited to see how our innovation comes to life with real situations and solving real problems, and how Cisco, together with our partners, are helping customers to solve business needs, issues they have, improve their business, and so everything that has to do with bringing it to life is what I'm most interested in. So seeing the next Barcelona smart city, seeing the next bank that has incredible collaboration capabilities to become better for the employees. I mean, seeing all this happen is what really excites me the most.
Now, I should say, before I ask you the exact same question, I should say, I'm sitting on stage with a couple of VP-level dudes. We always have an issue, which is everybody out there thinks that these kinds of people are untouchable, that they are sort of up here on high in some way. We're only up here on high for this one moment. Then we're going to be back with all of you where we belong. Come on up, talk to people, create connections. That is what being in the room together here at Cisco Live is all about. Shake a hand, meet a new friend, turn to the person next to you. What do you do? Where are you from? What are you bringing to the industry today? How are you revamping your data center? How are you improving your network? How are you taking those next steps in IT? It's amazing what a little conversation can start, and I think that's a big part of it. Before we finish up with Joe here, wow, look at this. Are you looking at this? For those of you who have a mobile phone, you want to turn around. Look at the monitor that we are looking at back up here. This is who still has to come into the room. So bravo to all of you for getting here early and snagging the great seats up here in the front, okay? We're going to go back out to Lauren Malhoit. Lauren, I want to ask you what you have seen so far, who you have talked to that's really gotten you geared up for the week ahead and what you're looking so forward to continuing the conversation on.
Excited about VR, the virtual reality stuff, and there's a few different places you can actually experience that here. So we have the Travelator upstairs, where you can actually ride on the People Mover, the Travelator, wearing your VR goggles, which it's a little scary experience because you can't tell where it ends, but it's really cool. And then there's actually something new here near the hub. It's the Wellness Center. So a brand new thing where there's like a little reflection lounge. Maybe you've been here for a few days and you've done all the tutorials and the DevNet workshops, or like me, you've been interviewing people for a couple days and you just need time to relax, so you can go do that. But there's also VR fitness stuff in there. So if you're excited about trying out new gadgets, I definitely recommend that. Again, check out DevNet Zone, the most interactive place probably here. And check out all the sessions. The technical stuff is important as well. Human networking, I always stand by as well. So Steve, let's go back to you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Lauren. I appreciate it. Another thing that I want to mention while I've got all of you in a captive space here, I want to talk about social activation. Cisco has set a very lofty and impressive goal of helping 1 billion people by the year 2025. To be totally honest with you, I think we're going to hit that target well in advance of 2025, but we had to be realistic at the outset. Maybe we'll end up helping 2 billion people if we can. But while you are out in the hub area, stop against the fight, into the fight against hunger area. You can help to pack lunches. We have a huge amount of lunches that we want to pack by the end of the day Thursday. Take part while you are here. Help others out there in the community because it's a huge part of what we're doing here at Cisco. I want to come back to you, Joe, with the same question that I've been asking around. What have you seen so far? What have you read about? What kind of pre-information have you seen rolling into the show that you're just really jazzed up over?
Yeah, I'm excited about a number of things. We've got some great new things around Spark in our collaboration team. HyperFlex 3, I want to go see the details on that. But in some, I get to see the decks all the time. In my position, I get to see all the new technology. What I don't get is to touch it. So it's the demos that I love going to when I'm here and actually talking to the engineers that are actually giving the demos. It's incredible for me because I'm a visual learner. It gives me much more insight into how we're using the technology, just not what is the technology.
Very, very cool. I want to take just a moment and go back out over to the stage area where, again, we've still got people coming in. I love that. But Lauren, you had one more thing that you wanted to toss in on here. I would love to throw it back over to you for a moment.
Well, speaking of new things, AI, of course. It wouldn't be a conference, an IT conference, without mentioning AI. So you can actually go on the Cisco Events app and find the, I'm not sure if it's Clay or Cly, but CLAI. And you can ask this bot just, hey, what's my schedule look like? Or what's cool to do around Cisco Live? So I definitely recommend going through the Cisco Events app, finding stuff like that. You can learn how to make bots like that yourself here while you're here for the week. So I know there's a cool Chuck Norris API that you can get to and create your own little chat bot. So those are a couple of other things I would check out. Hey, Steve, can we go back to you?
Can absolutely come back over to me. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. I want to remind all of you that you're going to see Lauren and Rob and me throughout the course of the week. You'll see us in the Cisco TV studio. You will see us with remote camera teams walking around the world of solution and walking around the hub as well. Please come on up to us, talk with us. If one of us seems available, tap us on the shoulder. Start a conversation there as well, because we want to make those connections with all of you. Isn't it great? Every time we think that we're on the last trickle of people, we look up, we see the video over our heads. But I think we are getting very close because we're getting to our time frame right now. Let's take a moment. Santiago, what is the one last idea that you would like to leave everybody here in the room with from your perspective heading up the South EMEA region?
2 words, thank you. Actually 6 words, thank you, thank you, thank you. To all our customers who are here, who make an investment of time and resource to be here, to learn about Cisco, to learn how Cisco can bring the innovation into their companies and organizations, thank you. And also thank you to all the partners who are here. I'm sure there are many partners, thousands of people from partners from all over the region and all over the world, and we wouldn't be what we are without all our partners. So thank you all for that, so thanks.
And what do you want these people to do while they're here? How do they make the most of the week here in Spain?
I think what Joe said earlier. Reach out, talk to people. What you said. Don't hesitate to talk to Joe, talk to myself, talk to anybody from Cisco. See the demos. Touch the technology. Ask questions. Meet people like you. Just engage, reach out, network, and find solutions to the problems that you have. I'm sure that for every problem we have a solution here. So.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and reiterate one thing that I think is so important. You said it a moment ago. You said thank you in the 3 languages, 6 words. I want to remind you it is all about you this week, right? You are IT. You are the superheroes. You're going to see it in the signage. You'll see it in the graphics on all of the video runs. You're going to see it in the booths that you go into. But we are here really to support what you are trying to do with your organizations. What you are trying to do in your own business, we are here to make you smarter. We are here to give you more tools that make you better at what you do. We're here to make your organization stronger. We're here to make your work hours shorter, get you home to your families more quickly. This really is all about you, and we thank you for being here. I'm going to come back for a sign-off with Joe in a minute, but before I do, let's toss back out to Rob Boyd one more time. Rob?
Yeah, no, I'm standing in the dark, and they're telling me I need to keep moving. So let's go back down this way just a little bit. I'll try to find, where are the moving lights, but we have to follow the lights. See? Yeah, I can't do it that way. I noticed they just opened up the door over here, Steve, so people are coming in the side, and I was thinking, watching is that, did everybody see how the door's closing? And I had two thoughts. One of which is, how lucky are we that showed up on time and got in here? But hopefully we're on the right side, and it's not the other side, but that big door shutting off just kind of had an impactful moment. So much fun, but I'm glad we're still getting a few more people in. If there was any lesson about when you need to be on time because there's limited seating, because these things get bigger and bigger every year, this would be it, right? So if you look back, we're filling up just the last top upper rows. Everybody here has been perfectly aligned thanks to these fine people in the orange outfits, making sure that everybody sat based on the time that they arrived. So we can kind of go from, I didn't pay attention to my clock, but from earlier to later. But with that, Steve, I'm excited for the show. Are we going to kick it off here in just a moment? We're just about got everybody's butt in seat, so to speak.
I appreciate it, Rob. Thank you so much. And again, we'll keep talking together here throughout the course of the week. If you look back now, right, so we don't have the video up anymore, but Joe, look what's happening back over here on this side. When we put these events together, part of what we showed in that video for those of you who were here in the keynote space as we got this little broadcast underway, part of what we always talk about is the behind the scenes, what it takes to put something like this together. So everybody does their hard work and we put in our efforts and then we sit with our fingers crossed and we say, we just hope people show up and they pay attention and they're engaged and connected. I think this is a great example of how connected everybody is for the week. So I'm going to ask you the same thing. What do you want to say to everybody who is here as a sign-off, as a welcome, and as a directive about how to take most advantage of the show?
Yeah, I think my thoughts go out in my thanks to the internal team at Cisco. No, people don't sometimes have a full understanding of the scope and scale and the amount of hours that goes into putting on an event like this. And my shout out to the Cisco's event team. You guys rock. You guys do an awesome job. Look at this. Here we are in Barcelona. You have no idea the engineers and the time they put in on the demos to get these set up, make sure they're working. So to the entire Cisco internal team to make this happen, muchas gracias. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. And again, most important, thanks to all of you for being here. All right, for those of you who are the last ones who are streaming in, it's still coming all the way out from the door, but we are at our time. Welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to your 2018 Cisco Live EMIR. We are so happy to have you with us. Let's go ahead and get the show underway.